Welcome to Mountainous Dayton, Tennessee. Here in Summers Gymnasium, I'm Grayson Whaley alongside my good friend and partner, Daniel Cox. We're going to be bringing you Bryan College basketball here tonight, Daniel.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to be here. I was here for the girls' game last week and earlier today. This is my first guys' game getting to commentate. I'm really excited about this.
You should have a lot of fun doing this one. We're just about 30 seconds out before we do PA announcements and prayer, and that'll be done by yours truly, me. They have me going everywhere, Daniel.
Absolutely. I made a joke earlier if you were watching the girls' game. Grayson got his steps in before the girls' game. He was running up and down the stairs, talking to coaches, getting the microphones, making sure everything was set, ready to go, getting the pregame report, and he sat down with about 0.2 seconds on the clock, and we started right then, so we got a little bit of time before the guys' game started.
Yeah, they knew that I had McDonald's before the commentating here tonight.
And well, they knew how much you were going to eat Thursday for Thanksgiving.
We're going to pause here for announcements. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Bryan College welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to Summers Gymnasium for tonight's men's basketball contest between Johnson University and your Bryan College Lions. As a member of the NAIA and the Appalachian Athletic Conference, we're committed to the true spirit of competition, embracing 5 core values: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask that each of you abide by these values to help create a positive and competitive environment. Please enjoy tonight's contest. Now please rise for a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for tonight. Lord, we thank you for your mercy, your blessings, and most of all for your Son, Jesus. Lord, I pray for protection as these guys go out and play the game of basketball, and I pray that they would do everything for your glory and your honor. Lord, I pray that you keep everybody safe on their way home and that everybody can have a good and happy Thanksgiving, Lord. We thank you for all that you do for us. In Jesus' name, amen. And now for your starting lineups. First, for Johnson. Starting at guard from Lawrenceville, Georgia, number 2, Miles Long. Starting at guard from Maryville, number 5, Orion Mashburn. Starting at forward from Detroit, Michigan, number 21, Daniel Jackson. Starting at forward from Sylvania, number 22, Nick Clifton. And starting at guard from Knoxville, Tennessee, number 33, Parker Hahn. And now get on your feet and put your hands together for your Bryan College Lions. Starting at guard from Nashville, Tennessee, number 2, Gene Holmes. Starting at forward from Alcoa, Tennessee, number 12, Nick the Big Man Roberts. Starting at forward, number 22 from Lebanon, Tennessee, Noah Molaski. And starting at forward from Scott County, Tennessee, number 32, the freshman Trey Morrow. And starting at forward from Hendersonville, Tennessee, number 33, Khalil D.A.
Excellent job there, Grayson.
There we have it. Lineups, announcements, we're set. We got all of that off the table, and we're ready to go, Daniel.
It's time to basketball, baby.
This should be a good one. Just a little bit, let's preview this, and then we'll get a little bit more into it as the game goes. But the Lions go into this one 4-1 in conference.
Wow. Johnson,
0-7 overall, 0-5 in conference.
That's not a great start for Johnson there. I know this is the gym they want to change that record in. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
No doubt. We're here in mountainous, beautiful Dayton, Tennessee, on a cold fall evening as we get going here in Summers Gymnasium. DA is going to be tipping for the Lions, Clifton for the Royals. Clifton gets the tip. The Royals start off with the ball. Miles Long going to take it up the court, top of the key. Going to swing it wide. Looking for a pass. There he is, top of the key. That's Parker Hahn. Going to continue to swing it around the perimeter. Long has it driving right. Thinks about the shot, passes it up and in. No good. Trey Morrow gets the rebound, kicks it up to Holmes.
Very quick pace back up the floor.
It is, and Holmes drops it in for 2. Kicks off the glass.
It was a quick get down the floor right there by Gene Holmes and a nice finish at the rim. kind of fought through two Johnson defenders with some contact.
Miles Long goes up with the left hand, and the foul is called down there at the baseline. It's going to be a shooting foul on Gene Holmes. Going to give Miles Long 2 free ones at the line.
He hit the floor hard right there. I think I felt that at the top of the gym.
Yeah, I did feel a little vibration up here. And we're all set. Now Miles Long is going to take his free ones. The first one up, the first one good. Miles Long glares at the back of the rim. Nothing but nylon, all knotted up at 2 early on in this contest. Looks like they're going to kind of press him up the floor here. Gives in the middle. There's Roberts. Now Morrow. Gene Holmes has it here near side along the perimeter. Going to get a screen from Roberts. Going to take it. Steps back. Swings it to DA. There's Morrow, cuts left, has a wide open lane, up and in,
nice
through the contact.
Trey is the freshman phenom this year for our basketball team. He's a walking bucket. That's what I like to call him, walking bucket.
For sure. Wide open is Miles Long in the corner, up and no good. Rebound Royals. Going to kick it out to Clifton. Sorry, that's Jackson. Jackson. Going to swing it out to Orion Mashburn. Miles Long driving in the hop step. Back to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. There's Clifton. Clifton going to hit the corner. Miles Long for 3. That one tickles the twine. In for 3, 5-4 now. Johnson on top. There's Mulaski. Swinging it now. There's Morrow on the motion. No, going to give it to D.A. DA driving baseline, gets it kind of taken out from under him, and a foul is going to be called on number 21, Daniel Jackson, the junior from Detroit, Michigan.
Collier got the ball stripped and kind of sat down on it, actually. took a seat.
There's Mulaski going to give it right back to Morrow. Morrow, the nice move.
Wow.
Gene Holmes in the corner. He's going to drive in. Now takes the 12-footer. No good.
A little long.
Jackson going to take it up the court. Mulaski guarding, blows right by Mulaski, in for 2.
Split right between the two Bryan defenders. Looks like they both were kind of looking over each other like, did he really just run between us?
Moves very quick with the ball in his hands there. There's Nick Roberts. Roberts, the spin move, stolen by the Royals.
Lots of pressure from all over the court right now.
Wow, the alley and the oop, in for 2. Timeout quickly by Coach Don Rakowski.
That was impressive.
Wow, a quick 9-4 run. Just 2.5 minutes into this contest, Daniel. I'm telling you, Johnson came to play today.
Absolutely. You said 0-7, 0-5 in the conference, and I told you, this is the gym they want to change that in. It's kind of a little bit of a rivalry between Johnson and Bryan. Of course, anytime you're in conference with somebody, you're not the biggest fan, I promise. So this is where they're trying to change that out. They're trying to get a little tally mark in the win column, and they've started playing like it.
No, for sure they have. And, we'll highlight here in just a moment the keys for victory for Johnson. And I think they're going to have to continue to play the way that they have so far early on in this contest to come away with this one on the road. Morrow far side. Holmes kind of setting things up offensively. Trying to get it to Roberts. Just cannot get it to him. Tipped away, can pick up his dribble. Stolen there by Jackson.
Seems like every time our lives have the ball, they're reaching in there to grab it, and they're not fouling. They're trying to steal the ball every time we have it, which is a really good thing when you can do that without fouling.
Jackson for 3, up and catches nothing, no good. Mashburn saved it, but it's into the hands of Nick Roberts. Long pass up to Morrow, going to split the defenders. Holmes here on the near side. Top of the key is Nick Roberts. Mulaski now to the freshman Morrow. Back to Mulaski. Behind the back, the 17-footer up and good.
A clean jump shot right there. Miles Long, rather. Now to Jackson.
Back to Long. The long three from Long. No good, just short.
Long, three, long.
There's Mulaski driving to the left side. Holmes in the corner. There's DA. Low block. The pump.
Very
the shot.
Right
the
there.
Basket. Good. The lead is just now 1 for Johnson. 9-8. Kick ball violation there on the freshman Trey Morrow.
Not a bad thing at all right there.
No, it probably saved a wide open three there.
Absolutely.
Daniel Jackson in the corner.
Sometimes you just pick your poison a little bit.
Looks like they're going to be subbing out Parker Hahn for number 1 Trey Johnson, the 6'3" sophomore from Cosby, Tennessee. This one's poked away by Khalil DA. It's going to be out on the Lions. 16 seconds left on the shot clock. The Royals inbounding. Caleb Grimes going to be checking in for the starting point guard, Gene Holmes. Jackson swinging it out wide to Clifton. They're going to swing it all around the perimeter. There's a three ball, no good. Rebound Grimes. Mashburn Ford can't connect. Roberts top of the key. Looking for space, can't find anything. Morrow has some space now to the left side. Nearly picked off from him. The fadeaway 12-footer, no good. Rebound, Mashburn. Sorry, Mashburn was one who had the three earlier, too.
Khalil he was waiting up there for in the air. It just it wouldn't fall quick enough.
That thing probably felt like it was in the air for a minute and a half.
Yeah, he was floating, too.
Mashburn, the 14-footer, no good.
Grayson, I've noticed so far, anytime we get guys down low in the paint, he stepped out of bounds, really.
Caleb Grimes called out of bounds there on the far side of the sideline. His number 12, Calvin Quell, going to check in for Johnson City.
I'm saying, anytime we get the ball down in the paint, they're swarming really, really quick. They're poking at the ball. Also, when we go down and set up our offense, normally nobody goes into the middle. I don't know if that's been that way, or if that's just today. We're playing more perimeter focused. But I've just noticed that so far.
There we have it. Trey Johnson going to kick it out. Clifton out to Long. Long back out to Jackson. Jackson up. The wide open three. Cashes in. 12-8 now. Royals on top. Just over 14 minutes left in the first half. Balin Gales looking for some space. Fakes the shot. Has to find DA in the corner. Balin Gales driving in. The foul is called on the floor. So it looks like Trey Morrow is going to be inbounding it for the Lions. Looking for anybody, can't find. They're going to have to go all the way to the backcourt, and Caleb Grimes high points it. Gales has it now near the AAC logo and gets it pickpocketed away from Wesley Bohannon. The cross, the kick to Jackson, back to Long in the corner. Bohannon, the power dribble, finds a man up, kisses it off the glass for two.
It's a really nice cut there by number 12 for Johnson.
Yeah, number 12, that is Calvin Quell.
Yeah, he saw the open lane. We doubled down on the big man for Johnson, and when we did that, it left the middle wide open.
Rogers comes in and quickly turns the ball over before he takes the knees out of the big man. Wesley Bohannon that was, and he's going to be inbounding it for Johnson. Johnson has come out firing on all cylinders tonight, Daniel.
Oh, absolutely. They're giving us their best shot. They're ready for a win, and they're wanting to get it before they go celebrate Turkey Day Thursday.
Going to take the screen there on the left side of the court. Here's Jackson top of the key. The cross. Caleb Grimes with the pickpocket. Nearly falls. He's going down the court. Man, he's a funky dude. Khalil DA for three, no good. Rebound Long.
Sends it up the court.
Oh, wow. Backed by Trey Morrow. Calvin Quell tries to get the left-handed lay in there, and Morrow says no, no, no. Gene Holmes is going to sub in for, looks like he doesn't even know.
Someone on Bryan's basketball team. There it is. Nope.
Dalen Gales coming out, and Trey Morrow coming out. Mulaski in for him.
Let the freshman sit for a minute.
Trying to get the ball inbounded, and they're all locked up. DA covering. Johnson driving, stolen.
Whoa!
And a foul there in the restricted area.
Tackle on the play by number 12. 32, my bad. Wesley Bohannon, the big man. So he should play defense for Tennessee since we can't tackle, apparently.
Wesley Bohannon, let me just tell you, this guy is a 6'8" junior from Sunbright, Tennessee. For the AAC, that's a big guy.
Absolutely. Nobody's mistaken him for a point guard when he walks into the gym. So,
Caleb Grimes, top of the key. We have a two-guard position in now. Rogers gets it. That was batted away. Going to kind of swing it out wide to Mulaski. Going to try to. At least there he is. Going to clear out Grimes. Mulaski, the step-back three.
Off the glass.
Put a mistletoe in the shot clock because he kissed that one off the glass.
Ooh, that's nice. I like that one. It's not Christmas yet, but I appreciate it. Did you know the banks were open on Tuesday night?
I was thinking I saw something open there. Here
there we go. Yeah, the banks are open here on Tuesday night, apparently. Oh,
stolen by Mulaski. There's Rogers in. Foul. Hold in. One.
Got the bucket, baby.
Wow, the fact that he got that in the basket because the ball was nearly stripped away from him on the way up, and he somehow managed to get the ball back in his possession before laying it up the glass.
Absolutely.
There.
I think when he got fouled, he actually started bobbling the basketball and still had enough time to kind of catch his momentum, calm himself down midair, and then still lay the ball in. Shooting right here to tie this one up.
Drew Rogers, the old-fashioned three-pointer. Tied up now at 14, just under 12 minutes left in the first half. Parker Hahn taking it up the court. Swings it out to Mashburn. Mashburn to Quell. Quell back to Mashburn to drive. 3 steps later, and a jump ball is called.
About to say, cue the music. He was walking on sunshine, and they still didn't call anything.
So 3 ball by Trey Morrow, nothing catching. Top of the key, looking for the backdoor cut, can't find it, stolen by Morrow. Caleb Grimes tries to go up with it before he fully had possession and loses a handle on it. Out of bounds, Johnson ball.
Looks like he was thinking ahead right there. He's thinking, what am I going to do? How am I going to fight through the contact when I go up?
Hahn crosses. Mashburn now has it in the corner. What a cut there by Hahn. No good, though. Had the opportunity, couldn't cash in. Caleb Grimes now to Morrow at the AAC logo. Rogers sets the screen, the 20-footer.
Wow.
No good. In and out. Hahn taking it the other way for Johnson. Great defense there by Caleb Grimes, but a foul is going to be called on him. Reach-in foul. His first, the team's third. He's going to be subbed out for Dalen Gales.
Grayson, I think Caleb Grimes has the coolest shoes I think I've ever seen in my life.
Now, I don't know if you were watching last game. I commentated up here against Tennessee Wesleyan, but he had one of the best finishes at the rim that I've ever seen in person. And I said that finish was almost as funky as his sneakers.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's got some funky ones.
Those are awesome. It sounds really weird, but it's just a memory I have. Reminds me of like when you would step on a bunch of Play-Doh. They would just smush together, and it's just all the different colors and textures. Yeah, that's what his shoes look like. But I'm here for it. Those are sick.
Clifton has the top of the key, trying to find anybody. Finds his man in the corner. Tries to get to Mashburn, stolen by Mulaski. Holmes has it the other way and picked away and off the leg of Gene Holmes. I think that was a good call there by the far side official.
It was stripped coming down. the Johnson defender, I don't remember which one it was, did a really, really good job kind of poking it out, but letting it bounce off of Holmes and then go out of bounds from there.
Miles Long gets to his man, Mashburn. Mashburn over now to Hahn. Hahn back to Long. Trying to get some space. Hahn in the corner for three, no good. Good box out there by Roberts. Rebound, Mulaski. Morrow, the 2-on-1. Wow, somehow finds a way to roll that one in.
That hit the outside of the rim and rolled over it and went in.
That was crazy.
Sometimes when you're good, you're just good.
Jackson has a look, going to pass it out to his buddy Clifton. Mashburn now back to Jackson. Morrow guarding. Gets it to the big man. Clifton down low working Roberts.
Whoa!
Wide pass, a little airmail there.
Touchdown
from Clifton. Throws it off the retired jerseys on the far side of the wall.
Joe Hilton plays for Johnson University's basketball team.
Oh, goodness.
I'm sorry, I'm throwing Tennessee football in there again.
Well, it just has me saying, oh, goodness, because I'm just reminded that that's who's going to be starting for us this weekend.
Yeah, that is true.
Nick Roberts top. I am too. He's improved a lot. There's Mulaski now. Dalen Gales tries to save in the corner, and he's called out of bounds. Just a little bit of a wide pass there, and just cannot get a handle on it.
Grayson, I think we need to wear red shoes, so that way they can't really tell when we step out of bounds. We'll just blend in with the paint.
That's smart.
I don't know if that's illegal. That's probably illegal, but
I don't know. Who knows?
No, it can't be.
If Caleb Grimes can wear those kind of shoes,
I was about to say,
certainly.
yeah, for sure. His Play-Doh shoes.
Gene Holmes driving to the right side. And a foul is going to be called.
Call a bump, I think. Push on number 2.
It's a foul on Miles Long, and Gene Holmes will have 2 at the line. And something that I don't think anybody else in this gym might have seen, Daniel, is the fact that I think there might have been a little bit of goaltending there, because I think Clifton came in to swat the ball and he just tipped it, but he'll have 2 free ones here and gets the first one.
Yeah, absolutely. You said his name a minute ago. I already forgot it. He jumped up and smacked the backboard, which
Nick Clifton.
I'm kind of jealous that he can do that. But yeah, doesn't really matter though.
The second one up and good. Well, it doesn't matter unless we lose this game by 1.
Yeah, then it matters.
We might look back at that.
Then we will come back to this broadcast and tell people, hey, look, we called it. Hire us as referees. Just kidding.
No,
I do not want to referee. No, I'll sit here and talk all day. I don't want to referee there.
Miles Long going to take it in quickly. Wow, up the lane for 2. Ties it back up. Or sorry, they're still trailing by 2. Scorekeeper was on that one quickly as I looked up at the board. Khalil DA swinging it wide to Mulaski. Mulaski looking for some space, driving up the lane. The no-look pass to Gales in the corner, up and no good. Rebound Long. Long taking it beyond the equator. Jackson on the other side of the court. Hahn for 3, up and wow, nothing but net that time.
Great defense there from Khalil DA, but just a better shot.
Gene Holmes driving left, fakes the kick out to Mulaski. Has Gales in the corner. Gales up for 3 again. This one back iron, no good. Rebound Hahn. Jackson taking it up the floor now. Crosses over, swinging it around the perimeter. Hahn up for 2. Packed by Gales. Long gets it up for 3, no good. Rebound DA.
It's a very athletic possession, defensive possession right there for the Lions.
Well, that could have been a traveling violation on Holmes. He dragged the pivot foot.
Could have been. Should have been.
Mulaski has it, though. Trying to set up the offense. Gives it to Nick Roberts, top of the key. Gene Holmes up and good.
Oh, beautiful. I thought he got fouled there, too.
The backdoor cut from Jackson. Great defense by DA.
Excellent defense.
Tapped at the rim. Up the floor to Roberts. Roberts has some space. He's going to take it himself. Up and no good.
Was not able to finish that right there.
Picked off from Holmes. Wow, we're playing some electric defense.
Oh, no.
If Peyton Manning was his quarterback, he would have said, catch the ball with 2 hands.
think Gene told him to. He said, hey, catch the ball with 2 hands. But I actually do think he said that.
So timeout's taken on the floor from Johnson City. We're going to take a little break here. 20-19, 6:43 remaining in the first half. Stay tuned. We're back, and if you're, if the game isn't interesting you, stay tuned for halftime. We're going to have a representative from Bryan College and L.J. Rowden. We're going to try to get a word in with him as he is going to speak a little bit about what Bryan and who Bryan College is. So stay tuned for that as Miles Long comes up the court. Long driving up the lane. Mulaski defending. Jackson now has it near side, passes it out. Hahn for a deep three. No good. Rebound Royals.
Lots of aggressive rebounding going on right now.
The big man for three from the corner. Good. Wesley Bohannon, the 6'8 junior from Sunbright, Tennessee, with the answer. They take a 2-point lead. D.A. Roberts, top of the key. Mulaski cutting. Robertson loses the handle on it. I think he was going to take the shot there.
Good defense right there.
Hits by Caleb Grimes. Khalil D.A. is going to take it up himself. Morrow cutting. Now he has it in the corner. Going to slow things down here. Roberts for three. The deep ball. No good. Tipped to Hahn. Hahn gives it to Jackson. Jackson up the court. Mulaski defending. Jackson the deep ball. That one tickles the twine on the way down. Caleb Grimes comes up the court. Mulaski has it there in the corner. The backdoor cut by D.A. Picked off, though. Driving up the lane, packed by Mulaski at the bucket.
Great defense there.
Grimes up the court to Morrow, the freshman. The fadeaway jumper, up no good. Rebound Roberts.
He had the big man Bohannon guarding him right there.
A lot of contact there, and Mulaski finishes at the rim.
Kind of did that earlier. Was it Morrow did that earlier? Yeah.
Getting some good rolls here in their home court. Long out to Jackson. Jackson thinks about it. He's going to take it up. The floater, the finger roll up, and good for two. 27-22 is this ball game. Johnson on top. D.A. has it top of the key. Going to set this offense up. Mulaski at the AAC logo, trying to catch a screen from D.A. He takes it, drives baseline. Roberts wide open.
Great cut there. They're doubling down anytime somebody gets close to the bucket, and that always leaves somebody open.
Long going to take it beyond the halfway point. Gets the screen. There's Hahn. Hahn fakes the jab. Goes back to Long in the corner. Bohannon, long pass out. The deep three, no good. Rebound, no. Bohannon gets the rebound. The left-handed shot, no good. D.A. gets this one. Long pass up to Caleb Grimes. Grimes up.
Wow.
The layup, no good.
Both of those two guys jumped way up in the air for that one.
Jackson, the deep three. That one's up. That one's good. Cashes in for three. And Coach Don Rakoski is going to take a full timeout here on the court. The score is 30-24 here with just 3.5 minutes left in the first half. Daniel, what do you see so far?
So far, Johnson has been, they want it bad. You can tell how bad they want it. Then they're not scared to just take what Bryan's given them. In the first probably 12 minutes of the game, Bryan was letting a lot of passes go into the paint. They were having a lot of finishes around the rim, a lot of lays underneath the basket. And then Bryan said, hey, we're going to stop letting you do that. But the perimeter defense has slacked a little bit. Now they're shooting the three ball better. I completely believe they're just taking what Bryan can give them. We know that this team can score. We talked to their coach before the game, and they were like, we don't have a problem scoring the basketball. It's just other ways that we're losing, and that's been the same narrative tonight. They've already got 30 points, and they're shooting the ball really well. 21 Daniel Jackson has 15 points already.
Wow.
And number 2 Miles Long, has 7. The big man Wesley Bohannon has 3 points, but he's just a huge physical presence, just all throughout the game. I mean, when you're 6'8", you probably affect a game more than just your scoring or your rebounding. Just being on the floor is enough to affect the game.
Yeah, for sure. Here's Gene Holmes taking it out of the break. Grimes in the corner drives and draws the foul.
Got a little held up right there.
Ethan Bradford, the 6'1" sophomore from Bluff City, Tennessee. That's the 6th team foul. The next one will put the Lions in the bonus, give them the 1-and-1. Holmes on the inbound. Here he is on the right side of the floor. Decides not to take the screen, takes the drive.
Beautiful take there.
Up and in off the glass.
Gene saw that lane open and he said, I'm going to show you how quick I am. He ran right by everybody.
Number 23, Emmanuel Atkins in for
the
Royals, and a foul is called on Gene Holmes. Blocking foul.
I don't know if that was so much a foul other than just he just tripped.
We have a new player in for the Lions as well, Logan Allen, the freshman from Peachtree City, Georgia. He hasn't gotten a ton of playing time this year, but he finds himself in an important contest here.
3-ball up.
Wow, the 3-ball there from number 1.
I'm telling you, they're taking what Bryan's giving them. And you can't ask for anything more if you're their coach. They're hitting their shots, too.
There's Allen, the big man. Finds Morrow down low. The fadeaway jumper, good. Cashes in. 33-28, just under 2.5 minutes left in the first half. There's Atkins. Atkins takes the handoff. The long 3, no good.
They're shooting well right now. They're feeling it a little bit, ready to shoot the basketball.
Step back there by Holmes, trying to get by him. Takes the screen. No, he decides not to. The long pass out to Grimes. Grimes drives in. Tries to get the pass out, and it's picked off by Jackson. Clifton now out to the corner. Fakes the shot. This one up, no good.
Way off.
Wow, tip in there from Daniel Jackson.
Wow, Daniel just hung up in the air. Also, really good name. But he just hung up in the air for a minute and caught it, put it back up.
Caleb Grimes there on the far side of the court. Takes the screen from Logan Allen. The drive, the shot. Oh, wow. No good.
One of those Caleb Grimes crazy shoe finishes almost just happened right there.
Yeah, it did, but he'll have 2 free ones at the line, and that'll put the Lions into the bonus.
Man, those shoes are cool.
He'll have a shot here to cut the lead to 5. The first one up, the first one good.
You know, Grayson, thinking about like sports, basketball players really don't have a whole lot of things they can do to give them a little more swag, a little more personality. Shoes is kind of it's kind of like their only thing. You see a headband every now and then, or like a face mask to break your nose, but that's not really. You don't really want to play with one of those on.
Grimes 2 for 2 at the line. The lead is cut to 5 for Johnson. Logan Allen fails to switch there and leaves Long wide open. They get their own rebound. Another 3-pointer's up. This time Morrow rebounds on the Calvin Quell miss. The freshman Morrow taking it up the court. Just over a minute left in the first half. Grimes going to set up the offense. Takes the screen from DA. DA has the shot wide open, 3-pointer. This one's short, no good. Long pressing it up the floor, just under a minute. Has his man wide open in the corner. Calvin Quell cashes in for 3.
Wow, they're shooting the ball well right now. 43 more seconds in this half, and they have shot the ball really well. We'll see if they break 40.
They're on pace for nearly 80 points in this contest. They're averaging 74 a game this season. This one's picked off, and he's going to take his time with the reverse dunk.
Get to show off a little flair with that one.
The 6'6" forward from Sylvania, Nick Clifton.
No shot clock right here. Bryan's going to get a chance to take the last shot if they don't have something opening up sooner, but it looks like they're setting it up to have that opportunity.
Drives in with 10 seconds. The lay, the finger roll, good. And Mulaski is going to commit the foul, and they had one to give. That'll be the 6th team foul. They'll have 5.4 seconds left in the first half. As Bryan brings in a couple substitutions. Drew Rogers in for Logan Allen. Miles Long touches it, 5 seconds on the clock. Drives in, the right-handed lay, no good. And Morrow gets the rebound. And after one, Daniel, Johnson University up 40-32 over the Bryan College Lions. What have you seen so far, Daniel?
Some really, really good perimeter shooting right here by Johnson. I don't have the numbers yet. We should have that maybe in a minute. But just some really good perimeter shooting. Also, Daniel Jackson, I mean, dude has 17 points. A minute ago when we checked on it, he had half the points. Now he's just under half. Miles Long has 7. Daniel Jackson, I want to highlight this again. He's 7 for 10 from the field, 3 for 4 from three-point land, which is impressive. That's 9 points right there. Nick Clifton has 4 points. Trey Johnson has 3. They're both perfect from the field, actually 2 for 2 and 1 for 1. The big man, Wesley Bohannon, has 3 points. Parker Hahn has 3 points, and that's all the scoring for Johnson. But there's been some other guys played. Again, I just see really, really good shooting, taking what Bryan's giving them, or trying not to give them, should I say that. The beginning of the game, the middle was open. They were taking their easy buckets inside. Now they're pushing it, trying to hit those outside shots. Looking at Bryan, kind of switching gears for a minute, Gene Holmes is leading the way in scoring with 8 points. It's very, very spread out. Gene Holmes with 8, Noah Mulaski with 7. Number 32, Trey Morrow with 6. Caleb Grimes, the shoe man, with 4. 23, Drew Rogers with 3 points. Nick Roberts with 2, and Kalir D.A. with 2 also. Again, we haven't shot the ball bad. Gene Holmes is 3 for 4. Noah Mulaski's 3 for 3. He's perfect on the night. Trey Morrow's 3 for 7. But again, he's still shooting the ball. Caleb Grimes is 1 for 2. With a lot of, he's drawing a lot of fouls right now, a lot of physical finishes at the rim. Again, down to 8, can't be too upset. Again, anytime you get in between the 10-point, or anytime you're within 10 points, it's within striking distance for the basketball team. But
no,
you know,
no, you're right, and it's an 8-point game. It's anyone's game at this point with still 20 minutes remaining. And, you know, we didn't get the chance to highlight this before the game, but all 3 of the key players for Bryan and all 3 of the key players for Johnson are doing their part. I mean, one of the keys for victory for the Lions is they're going to have to hold up their end of the deal on defense, and they've given up 40 here in this half. That is not their brand of basketball. But, you know, they've exceeded expectations this season. They're 4-1 in conference. That was not expected going into this year after we've lost some guys like Brandon Thomas and Michael Cody and Justin Warner. But, man, we've had guys step in. We've had our team reload and not rebuild. And they've played a scrappy brand of basketball this year. But Johnson, they've had a response.
Absolutely.
They have scored the basketball, Daniel, and that was what they had to come in and do. And that's when we talked to Coach Brandon Perry before the game, he highlighted that. He said, we can score the ball well. We have guys that can shoot the ball, and surely to goodness they do. Yeah. They have guys that can spray it all over the floor.
We're seeing that for sure.
But they're playing tough defense, too, and in our limited opportunities on the offensive side of the court, we're not taking advantage of them, and we're going to have to do that better in the second half if we want to come out of this one victorious.
Absolutely. One of the key players we had, even before the game, we didn't go over this, on here, Daniel Jackson, you hit it right on the head. He's averaging 13.4 points per game, but he has 17 points already tonight. So that number is going to go up. I didn't check his rebounds, but he's averaging 4 a game. Nick Clifton, I heard a little bit from him tonight, 16.9 points a game and 7 rebounds a game, too. We knew they were going to score. We knew they can score. But they are 0-7 on the year, and I know they're like, hey, we are ready for a win. Any team without a win is always trying to get a win no matter what. And they're playing scrappy right now. Honestly, if you would have told me coming into this that Bryan was the scrappier basketball team and I watched this, would not believe you at all, just from how physical Johnson's being. They treat every possession like their season depends on it. And I don't want to say that every possession is that way, but again, starting 0-7, if you don't turn your season around soon, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, for sure. And I talked to Coach Perry before the game, and I asked him, I said, you're 0-7 on the year. And he said, yeah, we've kind of got off to a rough start. He said, but we have a really tough schedule, and they do. They opened up with Union and CIU. Those teams are top of the conference always. And, they come into this game, the game before Thanksgiving, and I can tell you they're going to want to walk into their family reunions and say, hey, the last game we played, we won, and it was on the road. And I just have to highlight this before we go to a little break, and we're going to bring in Mr. L.J. Rowden, is Bryan has turned the ball over 13 times. And the reason that's important is because Bryan is shooting 52% from the field. That's a banana stat. If you can shoot 52% from the field, you're more than likely going to win the game. But they're only 13 for 25, whereas Johnson, they're only shooting 44% from the field, but they've had 9 more shots up than Bryan has, or 15 for 34. So that's been the difference in this game is turnovers.
Absolutely, because I was thinking, why in the world have they had so many shots? They have 11 rebounds. No, they have 16 rebounds. We have 14 rebounds. So that's not enough to equal 9 shots. It's turnovers. It's I don't want to say lackadaisical basketball on Bryan's part, but again, it's just the scrappiness of this Johnson team that is showing up. Like I said, hey, we're ready to play.
Yeah, and you bet they're craving a win. They want to fill their stomach with a victory before they fill it with turkey and dressing, I'll tell you. But here we have it, just 9 minutes before we're back from halftime. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking to a representative of Bryan College and Mr. L.J. Rowden when we come back, so stay tuned for that. All right, I'm here now from the break with a representative of Bryan College. I believe your official title is Director of Christian Formation. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Director of Christian Formation.
Yeah, LJ Rowden here with me up here at the halftime break. LJ, just give me a little bit of a breakdown of what you can expect when you're at Bryan College, especially on your side of things.
Yeah, from my side of things, I'll tell you what I do first. So I oversee all of our chapel, I oversee our outreach ministries, our campus ministries, and so when you're on campus, from our office, first and foremost, you can expect to be known, to be loved, to be cared for. And so I have the unique opportunity to be invested in all the lives of our students, but also the opportunity to be invested in the lives of our athletes. And so that's a unique opportunity for me.
Sure.
And so I really appreciate this opportunity.
No doubt. And, you know, when I came to Bryan, you were actually one of the first faces that I saw. I think you were working as a GA maybe. I don't know. But
yeah, 2018.
Yeah, so I was coming in as a prospect student, and you were one of the first faces. And one of the things that I remember from the very get-go is how important relationships are to Bryan College. And it's obviously a tight-knit community, you know, a pretty small campus, pretty small student body, but people care about people here.
Yeah.
How important is that to you being where you are in this position?
Well, I mean, I think Bryan College, I mean, it's one of the biggest parts of my life and my story. You know, I came here, I met my wife here, we have 2 kids here. Actually standing behind me are 3 or 4 families that all met here at Bryan College and we're still connected. Most of us have come back and work at Bryan College. And the reason that we did decide to come back and work here was because of the small community, the tight-knit family that you get when you're here at Bryan College. It is literally a family here on the hill, and so that's why we came back.
No, for sure, and we're glad to have you back. I mean, it's been a long time since you've been a familiar face around here.
Yep.
You know, what was your position before you came into this? Like, how do you feel like God led you back here to Bryan?
Yeah, so before I came back on staff at Bryan, I was on staff at a church in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was student pastor there, and then the opportunity came back. I felt the need to be, or the desire to be in education, and so this opportunity kind of gives me the best of both worlds, education and ministry full time, and so I took advantage of what I feel like the Lord called me to do, and so I'm here.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just real quickly before we take another short break before we come back into the second half. What's it like? You know, you came and you were a pitcher here at Bryan.
Yep.
Obviously, baseball is a big part of life here on the hill. But just getting to come back into these sports environments, you know, where would you chalk it up as your, you know, on the list of favorite things of Bryan?
Being part of the athletic department?
Yeah, just being a part of athletics in general.
It's definitely, I mean, not to be biased, but it's one of my favorites. I mean, I'm an athlete. It's in my blood. I've been around sports my whole life, and the fact that I get to do it for a living now, I can't beat that. I can't beat the fact that I can be at basketball practice or go to a soccer game or a volleyball game or go down to the baseball field and hang out, and that's part of my job. So, I mean, I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome for sure. Well, I appreciate you coming on air with us, and it's been a pleasure not only to have you on air, but just to have you here on the hill, a part of the Bryan family once again. So, thank you for coming up on air with us tonight, LJ.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah,
absolutely. Go
Lions. So there you have it, Mr. LJ Rowden, a big part of the Bryan family here now in Dayton, Tennessee, and he spoke to it, Daniel, as we get back into the booth with you, is family. I mean, this is a family environment. You come here to Bryan College, you make some of your best friends here on campus. You know, me and you, we didn't even know each other 2 years ago, and here we are, you know, living right next to each other, doing, you know, this broadcast with each other. It's obviously, you know, a big part of Bryan community.
Absolutely.
As a student. I mean, you know, I talked to someone who's a representative of Bryan, but how do you see everything that he said? How do you kind of similarly see that as being true for you as a student?
Oh, absolutely. I didn't really think the family thing was a real thing until I got here. Something that really sticks out to me all the time is, like LJ, use him as an example. LJ went here as a student, and he came back to work here.
Yeah. I
know so many professors, so many coaches who went here as students and came back. And the only reason they would do that is because they felt like they belonged here. They felt like this was their family, this was their home. And I can already see that. I'm just a sophomore here. But again, like you said, I didn't know you 2 years ago. And this past summer, it was like I would call you occasionally.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
I miss seeing all the guys. I miss being up here on the hill, even though it gets really windy and really cold, especially this time of the year. But yeah, it really is a big family aspect here, and it's something that when you buy into it, it for sure will come back and repay you, even in ways you don't really expect.
There's a saying up in life that, you know, how much you invest in something is how much that something will invest in you, and I definitely feel like that's true here at Bryan. Is, you know, for someone who's looking to become, you know, a potential student here at Bryan College, is come be a part of the family.
Absolutely.
We absolutely love people here. It's what Bryan, we may not have the best facilities. We may not have, whatever, but we have family, and that's, I think, a big part of Bryan College. Makes it special.
Absolutely.
Here we have it, miles long. We're going to start here in the second half, 40-32, Johnson leading. Daniel Jackson driving left, steps back, the 20-foot J.
Wow.
Nothing but net.
He didn't cool off any during halftime, I bet you. He's sitting under the heater saying, I'm staying hot tonight.
Gene Holmes feeds it through Nick Roberts, top of the key, hands off to Morrow. Morrow with a lot of space, kicks it out to Holmes. Holmes driving, steps back, resets the offense, 15 seconds on the clock.
Good finish.
Wow, what a finish at the rim.
Gene has some he's just quick. It's I almost said speed, but it's just quickness. He just can cut and bolt in 4 or 5 different ways and start and stop on a dime.
And a push is going to be called on Gene Holmes. I don't know if I quite agree with that call. But, yeah, Daniel, there's people talk about the difference between, or people may sometimes wonder, why do we have the word quick and why do we have the word speed? Because they're the same thing, right? But they're not. And you spoke to it. Gene Holmes really has a lot of quickness, and he shows that off the dribble and the drive as he did just there. Blocks by Morrow, baseline, as Parker Hahn tries to finish.
Oh, absolutely. It's something that I haven't really understood. I'm neither quick or speedy, so I never really had to learn that. But
one thing quick about me is I can get into that McDonald's drive-thru line pretty quickly.
Absolutely, that mobile order, I got you.
The 15-foot jumper, no good, saved by Holmes, baseline.
So that quickness.
Mulaski driving center. Gene Holmes is going to take the three this time. No good, clanks it off the back of the rim.
Just a little long there on the three. Probably got some adrenaline going on, coming right back out of the half.
Mashburn driving the fadeaway, no good, rebound DA. Gene Holmes pressing it up the court. Behind the back, the crossover. Up and good.
Excellent finish there from Gene Holmes. He must have thought at halftime, like, hey, when I get to the rim, I'm shooting the ball, and he's done that so far well.
And he needs to keep doing it for the Lions to win this one. Hahn, far side, moves towards the middle. He's going to drive. This one's poked away by Morrow, and a late foul call there by the far side referee on the baseline on Morrow, and that's going to give number 33, Parker Hahn, the 6'2 freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee, 2 shots at the charity stripe. The first one clanks around and falls away, no good. The second one from Hahn. This one's up, this one's good. So a 7-point game, and a timeout is called on the floor. A 30-second timeout for Coach Don Rakoski and his Lions. Daniel, it's a 7-point game here with 18 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in this contest, and it seems like it's almost been that the entire game. It's like whenever the Lions respond, there go the Royals in their response. What's it going to take for the Lions to respond and to actually, make a difference on the defensive side as well?
Honestly, I think it's going to take Johnson shooters calming down a little bit. They're still shooting the ball really well. And again, like the stats, I think the stats. I don't want to say the stats are wrong, but it just feels very different. It feels like every shot they shoot is legitimately going to go in, and most of the time it does. So I just think the way we do that, we step up a little bit on defense, but just hope the Johnson shooters cool off a little bit.
They're going to press him here on defense once again. Holmes looking for some help as he crosses over. Mulaski back to Holmes. Going to have to get across the midway point. They do. Roberts has it top of the key. Hands it off to Mulaski. Mulaski off the dribble, now to Morrow. Morrow thinks about it. And probably could have been called a traveling violation. And, wow, a backcourt violation is called, and I don't understand that call. So they're saying that Morrow had possession even though it was tipped out of his hands, and he committed a backcourt violation. I don't think that was the correct call. I honestly, Daniel, think it was a makeup call for not calling the traveling violation.
We talked about that in the girls' game earlier. That is actually the case far more than it should be. But, yeah, that very well could have been a makeup call right there.
A lot of motion around the perimeter. The 3 ball clinks it off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound, Mulaski. Mulaski cutting in and out. And a blocking foul is called there on the far side as Mulaski drains the 3 that doesn't matter.
He's just still practicing. Get your shots up.
He's probably wishing they didn't call that after he made that.
Oh, absolutely. You'd really like for him to fall down, stare at him for a minute, and then make the shot. Then you get on SportsCenter.
Hands it off to Morrow. Morrow now to Roberts. Roberts to Mulaski. Mulaski takes the screen from Roberts. The pick and roll.
Nice dish.
Wow, what a dish there. I was looking the wrong way because it was such a good pass.
That was beautiful. He was looking across the court over here to the corner, the bottom left corner, and Gene Holmes cut right underneath the basket. Took it and laid it right in. Very impressive.
5-point game here in Summers Gymnasium, 43-38. Clifton driving up the middle. They're going to swing it wide in the corner. There's Miles Long up, no good. Rebound Holmes. They have a 3-on-4 action here. Morrow thinks about it. There's DA. Oh, man. That's a huge defensive play there by Parker Hahn.
He was fired up after that, kind of getting in between the Bryan defenders and causing some slowing of the pace. It's impressive, actually.
Well, the reason it's such a big play is Morrow was wide open, and if he doesn't tip that out of bounds, he has a wide open 3. Holmes clearing Morrow from the corner, going to take the screen, going to have the roll to Roberts. Roberts drives baseline, a lot of contact, a foul is called. So Roberts will have 2 free ones.
Grayson, that goes in our favor, but I still think that's a late foul call.
It's a really late foul call.
I think he was already back on the ground before they called it. You can't watch the foul shouldn't occur like if the ball doesn't go in. If the ball goes in, you still need to call a foul.
First one off the front of the rim, kisses the glass and falls into the twine. Good. Yeah, and I don't want to criticize the officials too much. They have a really hard job, and they're refereeing a really fast-paced game.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm glad I'm up here on this side of the court. Nick Roberts 2 for 2 at the line, cuts the lead to 3. Let's see if they can respond defensively. Caleb Grimes in the game. Dalen Gales in the game for the Lions. Daniel Jackson driving. There's Clifton. The low block slams it home for 2.
Daniel Jackson had a nice dish there. He's doing it all right now for the Royals.
Swinging it wide across the perimeter. Morrow driving left side, kicks it out to Grimes. Grimes takes the screen, thinks about the shot, going to swing it to the corner. Dalen Gales driving in.
And one.
Yes, and gets the foul and the basket. So we have a shot at the old-fashioned three-pointer at the line to cut this lead to 2.
Dalen, when he was running in there, he knew the Johnson defenders were going to swarm and try to smack the ball out from his hand, so he just kind of tucked it like a football and ran to the rim. I guess when you take probably 6-foot strides, you can do that.
Completes the 3-point play. It's a 2-point ball game, just under 16 minutes left. Traveling violation called on Daniel Jackson. Going to send the ball back to the Lions.
One of his very few mistakes of the night, but this puts it where any bucket right now could tie the game, and a three-pointer could put the Lions ahead right here. So a big mess up right there from Jackson, which hasn't happened a lot at all tonight.
Lions going to see if they can capitalize. Dalen Gales moving right. Looks for the pick and roll. He's going to take it all the way. And probably tried to force a shot a little bit there. Ball's going the other way. Jackson in the corner, up for 3. And no good. Rebound Morrow pushed a little bit, no call. Grimes has it, pushes it up the floor to Gales. Gales has it. Morrow swinging it around the perimeter. There's Nick Roberts for 3. That one's just short. Nick Roberts thought it was in. Trey Johnson bringing it up the floor for Johnson. Miles Long driving center lane. That one's up, no good. Foul is called. It's going to be Dalen Gales who commits the shooting foul. So Miles Long going to see if he can double the lead. Wesley Bohannon going to check in for Johnson City, as well as number 12, Calvin Quell. And Noah Mulaski is going to give Trey Morrow a breather. Miles Long, his second one up, his second one good.
Good bucket.
47-43. Johnson on top. We're going to run the offense through Roberts once again, top of the key. Mulaski had some pace. He's going to pass it to D.A. D.A. now to Gales. Mulaski has a mismatch there. Going to see if he can get by Bohannon. Out to Roberts. Roberts no good. Rebound Grimes. Grimes out to Mulaski. Wide open three. Money.
Big three right there. Got it within one. Let's go.
1 point game. 47-46. Johnson driving. Johnson scoring.
Running around the circle right there.
Caleb Grimes, the crossover, draws some contact. It's going to be called a blocking foul on the court.
Okay.
This will be the fourth team foul of the second half. So 3 away from the bonus as Morrow is going to check back in this time for Nick Roberts. Going to give the big man a breather. Number 33, Parker Hahn, going to check back in to this game. Mulaski gets the inbound pass, driving to the left side, steps back. D.A. thinks about taking the shot. He has a lane, drives, and this one's poked away from him. Out of bounds, remains Bryan right possession. D.A. has a wide open three. He's going to take it off the front of the rim. No good. 3-point basketball game still. Jackson far side crosses over Gales.
Whoa!
Throws it up in the air and stolen. Mulaski up the court.
At first I thought that was a travel, but he caught it in the air and threw it in the air.
Morrow for three. Long, no good. Rebound Quell. Jackson taking it back up the court. He's going to be running the offense here. Caleb Grimes nearly intercepts it.
He'd make a great safety in a football team.
He would. If Bryan College ever thinks about getting a football team, I want him on there.
That should happen. Bryan football should be a thing.
Make that a hashtag. Bryan football 2023. Well, we might need a little bit more time on that.
No, we can do it next year.
Trey Johnson has the AAC logo. Jackson has a shot. Back to Johnson, though. The step back, no good. Good recovery there from Gene Holmes on defense. Grimes pushing up the floor to Holmes. The crossover. Holmes takes it to the rim, and it's fouled on the way up. He'll have 2 free ones. Gene Holmes, his first one here. First one up, first one good. 2-point lead now for Johnson. The second one for Gene Holmes. Glares at the back rim, and that's where it hits in. 49-48 now.
Big man Bohannon's back in the game.
Parker Hahn swinging it wide to Jackson. Jackson to Trey Johnson. Johnson for a deep three. No good off the side of the rim. Rebound Mulaski pushes up the court to Grimes. Grimes for three. Grimes again. Splash.
And the Lions got the lead.
The Lions roaring back here in the second half. Just under 13 minutes left in this game. Parker Hahn, the 17-foot jumper, no good. Rebound, Gene Holmes. Caleb Grimes thinks about it, drives baseline.
Yes.
Gives it to his buddy Gene Holmes in for 2.
Great dish. They're playing great basketball right now.
I love when those two are on the floor together. 53-49, timeouts called by Johnson University. The Lions roared back here in the second half, Daniel.
Yes, absolutely. We were talking about it about 8 minutes ago, and you were saying what needs to happen. The Johnson shooters had to slow down a little bit, and that's kind of what happened. A lot of that is due to Bryan changed their defense a little bit. They're stepping up, saying, "Hey, if you get past us, you get past us, but we're getting in your face. We're not letting you shoot the 3 ball as well as you did in the first half." And also, some of the Johnson shooters have just missed their shots, unlike they were doing for a good period of time in the first half.
Yeah, for sure. And with that, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Doesn't know yet, neither does Auburn.
We're back from break as Daniel's talking about a breaking news in college football. What was that news, Daniel?
It is, hey, let me find it again. Multiple sources from Auburn University have confirmed that they've hired their new coach. Reports that current Alabama OC Bill O'Brien is set to become the next head coach of the Auburn Tigers. He just doesn't know it yet, and neither does Auburn.
Jackson with the three, can't connect, and DA fighting for it there on the near side of the court. Going to draw the jump ball.
Excellent fight there from Clear. Also, I'm just going to throw this out there. That was a complete joke. I promise you, I'm not reporting that Bill O'Brien is moving to Auburn to be the head football coach there.
Yeah, when you say something like that over the air, you know, you may be committing slander, so you got to retract your...
for legal reasons, that was a joke.
Mulaski has in the corner, going to drive toward the middle. DA wide open in the corner. He's going to take a three. This one's up. Oh, man, just rolls around the rim. You can't find the bucket. Jackson moving it up the court now. Has Clifton in the corner. Bohannon there making a move on DA.
Foul on the floor.
And DA is called for a foul here on the near side.
Clear's a tall man. Actually, Clear lost 40 pounds during the offseason. He really just started watching when he's eating, working out quite a bit. I've talked to him a lot about it. And now he's getting to guard the big man Bohannon from Johnson, who outweighs him. I don't even want to know how much he outweighs him by. He's also
6'8".
Yeah, no, 3 or 4 inches taller than Clear. So sometimes you're going to have to get a little bump in there.
You know, Clear losing 40 pounds almost inspires me to get on a diet, but then I drive by the Golden Arches every day, and I just can't help myself.
You know, I've thought about doing a diet. Nah, not for me. You know what? The Lord made biscuits and gravy for a reason. I'm okay with being fat and happy for a little bit.
Parker Hahn, the wide open three. Wow. Man, just cannot get the lid off the basket.
Again, we were talking about that earlier. It's just the Johnson shooters have cooled down, and the Bryan shooters have kept being persistent. We've looked a little scrappy. All right.
Man, backdoor cut there from Grimes. DA tries to find him, and Grimes just can't get a handle on it. Some substitutions in for Johnson. Ryan Mashburn in for Johnson, as well as Miles Long. Morrow back into the game for the Lions. Morrow on Clifton. Clifton driving the hop step, the kick out, the shot. No good. Rebound Bohannon. The big man takes his second shot up. This one's no good. They're fighting for it. And a foul is going to be called on Bohannon. Going to send the ball back to the Lions. Man, both of these teams fighting for it, Daniel.
Oh, yeah, they're seeing that clock tick down to just under 11 minutes. Still plenty of time in this game. Again, both of these teams will want this win going into this Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving break.
Wow, Mulaski drives. Draws the contact, gets the foul. He'll have 2 free throws, and that puts the Lions in the bonus. And that's actually big because moving forward, the Lions, anytime they draw a foul, they'll get a chance at the charity stripe. Mulaski will have his first one here. First one's up, rattles around the rim, and falls in good. (54-49). 10 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game. The second one's up. The second one rattles around, just doesn't fall. Miles Long driving it up the court. Miles Long out in the corner. The corner three up and no good from 12. Rebound, Clifton up and fouled by Gales.
Foul there.
So Clifton at the line for 2. Going to see if he can cut this lead to a 1-possession game. First one rattles home good. 4-point game now. Second one's up. The second one's no good. Rebound, Mashburn. Tipped it in good. Cuts the lead to 2.
Can't be giving up rebounds like that.
Got to box them out. Mulaski in the corner. Looking for space. Takes it back the other way. Morrow up top. Takes it to the right. There's Grimes. Crosses over. Kicks out to Gales. Gales to Mulaski. Mulaski in the corner.
Wow.
Passed by Clifton. Right to the hands of Gales. Gales goes up for 2. This one's good.
Strong finish there.
4-point game. Just under 10 minutes now. Clear DA all over Miles Long. Is going to be called for a foul there at the low block. And that's going to put the Royals in the bonus as well. So anytime they're fouled, anytime either team is fouled now at this point, it will go to the line. Miles Long, his first shot is up, and it's good. Number 23, Emmanuel Atkins, in for Johnson. The second shot for Long. Good. 2-point game again, Daniel. Here's Caleb moving it up the floor. DA swinging it out wide. The step back from Mulaski. The 3.
Big
Splash!
That was impressive. He had the whole Johnson defense going towards the basket. They were ready to step in front of him, not let him get to the rim. And he said, nope, I'll stop back here.
5-point game. The floater from Long, no good. Short rebound.
Just a couple inches short.
Out to Gales. Gales going to take a 3 of his own. This one falls short. Rebound Clifton. Clifton going to slow things up. Now takes it beyond the equator. Mashburn hands it off to Long. Long to Atkins. Atkins swinging wide to Johnson. Johnson, the 12-foot jumper. No good. Rebound Grimes. Grimes all over the floor at this point. Drives it right up the middle. Gales,
wow.
The dish, good.
That was almost an accident. It still worked out for the Lions there.
As Bob Ross says, there's no mistakes, just happy accidents.
Paid a happy little tree. Happy little 2-pointer in the paint.
Johnson top of the key, swinging it around the perimeter. Atkins takes the 3.
Boom.
Wow.
That was
just
an answer
like
right
that.
there.
4-point game.
Morrow had his hand in his face, too, and he said, I'll still shoot it.
Grimes takes it beyond the midway point. Just under 8.5 remaining in this contest. 20 on the shot clock. Dalen Gales has it. Doesn't take the screen. And wow, man, Trey Johnson. I'll tell you, I saw that one from a mile away. Trey Johnson took the charging foul like a big boy down there.
He took it. Now I agree with that call. I think that was a charge. Dalen got up right there, hit the floor hard. Hope everybody's okay.
Trey Johnson's going to get a little breather. Looks like they're going to bring in Daniel Jackson back into the game, the leading scorer for Johnson. Has it the far side. Mashburn thinks about it, gets it to Clifton. Clifton down low. Now to Jackson. Now to Atkins in the corner. His sweet spot. No good. Rebound. Wow. Johnson. Clifton up for 2 this time. Oh, wow. No. It's a hack fest down there.
Wow.
And Khalil DA is going to be called for the foul.
No, I think they called that on Morrow.
Yeah, they did end up calling that on Morrow. Khalil DA looked guilty by the face he was making, but he might have lucked out there. I think Morrow has a little bit more fouls to give than DA does. Clifton, the first shot of 2, up and good. 3-point game, Daniel, just back and forth here.
Oh, absolutely. Again, we talked about it about the 11-minute mark. Now we're 7:47 left in the game. Things are still aggressive. Everybody's rebounding. We saw a foul just a moment ago, but that was just on a rebound, too. Both of these teams want it pretty bad right here.
Morrow bring it into Grimes, 2-point game. That seems like it just continues to be the narrative here. 4-point game going to the line, 2-point game after.
Absolutely.
61-59. Pulaski moving off the ball. He has it now. Gales in the corner. Gales goes up for the layup and is going to be fouled on the way.
There have been quite a few fouls this
Yeah, there really has. You have to wonder if a few guys aren't in some foul trouble. That's the 8th team foul for Johnson. And Gales will have 2 free ones. The first of 2 for Gales is good. Three dribbles in the second shot up, good as well. 4-point game. Back and forth. Here comes Miles Long manning the offense. Clifton top of the key.
I do.
Jackson top of the key. Mashburn taking it to the right and finishes at the rim.
That was an impressive finish right there. He held the ball up in the air and just kept going with it.
Grimes far side. Gonna take the screen from Roberts. Steps back. The 3 ball. No good. Too long. Rebound. Jackson. Jackson taking it up the court. Jackson coast to coast. No good. Rebound Mulaski. Mulaski. Long pass to Gales. Gales just can't get to it in time. Good try there from Mulaski.
A little bit of adrenaline behind that pass. Grayson, we talked to Coach Rico before the game, talking about his Lions, and he said, "You know what? It's like a heart attack every time you come out here." It's not a quote. Don't quote me on that. But
I told him, I was like, man, you just can't get an easy one when you get the victory, and a win's a win at the end of the day. But we've had some fun contests here in Summers Gymnasium. Daniel Jackson wide open 3, no good. Rebound Mulaski, still a 2-point game. 6:20 on the clock.
It's looking like that's going to be a finish, a tight finish here, and so. Hope Coach has got some blood pressure medicine to take when the game's over.
Mulaski dribbling around. Top of the key now, has Roberts down low. Roberts with the move. Another move, backing his guy down. Wow, the dish to Gales. Gales up, blocked by Jackson. But Gales trying to pick it off, just cannot get it. Can't pick it away from Adkins.
Jackson's all over the floor tonight. He's in every part of the game. He is, oh, wow.
Little miscommunication there from Johnson. And Jackson's just going to throw that one out of bounds. He thought Orion Mashburn was going to stay there in the corner. He ended up cutting, and no one was home. Gene Holmes bringing it up the court. Slowly manning this offense. Hands it off. Mulaski. Roberts in the corner for 3. No good. Wow.
Just hasn't got a lot of shots to fall tonight. He's still playing tough, still shooting the ball. Just hasn't got a lot to fall.
Roberts doesn't have a good shooting percentage from beyond the arc this year, but don't let it fool you. Well, Jackson is going to finish, or that's Clifton going to finish at the rim there. Evens the score up 63-63. As I was saying, Roberts isn't shooting well from beyond the arc, but don't let it fool you because the guy can actually shoot lights out. He just hasn't had much luck from beyond the arc. Good move from Morrow. Good pass from Grimes.
No help defense there for the Royals, and Morrow had an easy bucket right there.
Long driving center lane. Kind of gets caught up there in the middle. Mashburn for 3. Mashburn no good. Rebound Mulaski. Mulaski, top of the key, gives it to Grimes. Grimes has it, going to slow things down. 20 ticks on the shot clock. Roberts nearly has it stolen there by Clifton. Swinging it around to Morrow. Just 8 seconds on the shot clock. Mulaski driving the step back. Jay falls short, no good.
Oh, wow.
Miles Long moves up the court to Mashburn. And a foul down there, down low from Trey Morrow. And that's the 10th team foul, so they'll be in a double bonus now. So they'll have 2 free ones at the line, Mashburn will. So a timeout is taking, a full timeout from Coach Don Rakoski. 2-point game here in Summers Gymnasium. And Daniel, this would be a good one for our student section to be at. Unfortunately, Thanksgiving breaks and nobody's here at home.
I know it's really quiet here in the gym. Well, we talked about it in the girls' game. There's more people here for the girls' game. Tyler Erdman was correct. He predicted that. He kind of predicting the weather, I guess you would call it. He predicted it well. A lot of people have left, but the people who are here are still sitting on the edge of their seats. I mean, it's a 2-point ball game, 4 minutes and 12 seconds left. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, it is. I have a feeling it's going to be a fun finish, and I don't have that feeling for no reason. It's a 2-point game with just over 4 minutes left in this contest.
Absolutely.
And we should be in for a good one, I have to say.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go for it.
Thursday is the holiday of giving of thanks. Thanksgiving holiday Thursday. What's your go-to? Like, what is your, not turkey, you can't say turkey.
All right.
What is your dish that you're most excited about this Thursday, and is it a specific, like, family member who makes the dish?
Here's the problem, Daniel, in answering that question. I'm just under 6 foot and closing in on 250 pounds. So if you can guess there's not many dishes I don't like. I mean, the daggum plate almost weighs as much as my head by the time I get through the line. But I'd have to say, if I have to answer there as Mashburn misses the first one, I'd have to say dressing.
Dressing?
Yeah,
okay.
Dressing and or mac and cheese.
Okay, do you like a baked mac and cheese with the little crumbs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, little crumbs on the top. And then also the sweet potato casserole, the green beans. You know, it's hard for a fat man to decide on one.
You're just hoping there's big plates this year, right?
Thank God I don't have to.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
Motioning some offense around. 1-point game here, 4 minutes left. Mulaski has it in the corner, working on Mashburn. There's Roberts, thinks about the three, steps back, picks up his dribble. There's Holmes now, 6 on the shot clock. Holmes going to have to find something to step back 20-footer. Good!
Wow. He's so quick off the dribble, too. And that was a quick shot release, just dribbling at the top of the key.
The big man, Bohannon, packed by Noah Mulaski from behind. The long pass to Morrow, tipped by Mashburn out of bounds, so it's going to be Bryan basketball. Khalil DA is going to sub in for Nick Roberts.
Grayson, we knew this Bryan team was a scrappy team, and they really showed it in the second half. I kind of talked about it. If you'd have told me that we were a scrappier team than Johnson was, I wouldn't have believed you, but I would for sure believe that in the second half. They've come out with a little edge, a little more want in them this half.
For sure. Mulaski looking for the screen from DA, finally gets it. DA rolls. Mulaski keeps it. 12 on the shot clock. Mulaski finally gets it to DA. Now back to Mulaski in the corner. 2-man offense here. And wow, Hahn fouls Mulaski, and that's going to be, they're going to give him 3, so his foot was beyond the line, so he's going to have 3 free ones and a chance to double the score.
That would be nice, going up by 6 right here with just over 3 minutes left.
Double the lead, rather. If he doubled the score,
oh yeah.
Blowout, I guess.
Sorry about that.
No, that was me. That wasn't you.
Oh, okay.
First one from Mulaski, good. Wiggles its way home.
Yeah, 3 free throws could double your score. That would be awesome. The final score 136 to 160 or to 64.
Second one rattles home as well. 5-point game, 3:07 on the clock. Ready for the third shot. Third one up. The third one no good. And rebound Jackson. Jackson takes it up the court. Going to try to blow by DA, and it's poked away. He loses a handle on it. Grimes taking it up the court. 25 on the shot clock. 2:50 on the game clock. Dales has it here near side. They kind of reset things. Gets a pick from Morrow. Looks for Mulaski in the corner, and just off of Mulaski's hand, out of bounds. So the Royals of Johnson University will have possession as Coach Brandon Perry takes a timeout with just over 2.5 minutes remaining. And with that, it's a 5-point game here in Dayton, Tennessee. Stay tuned to see who finishes this game on top. We'll be back.
Look, he's waving.
All right, we're back from the break here in Dayton, Tennessee. Thank you for tuning in. If you want to keep up with stats, download the Bryan Athletics app on your iPhone or Android, accessible for both platforms. You can find all Bryan College athletics there on that app. It's a pretty handy app to have. It's what we're using tonight to keep track of the stats. 2.5 minutes, just over, remaining in this contest. Miles Long taking it up the court. Mashburn over to Jackson. Jackson back to Mashburn. Mashburn to Hahn. Long up for two, no good, tipped away. Back to Jackson, 13 on the shot clock. Swinging it around the perimeter. Continues to swing it. Mulaski not giving him an inch, and Jackson's going to draw the foul, so he's going to have 2 free ones now. Can cut this lead to 3. Daniel, how important is it for a team to knock down their free throws at this point in the game?
Oh, they're critical in the game.
First one's good.
The first one, yeah. If you don't hit your free throws, you're not going to win in the last 2 minutes of a college basketball game. I've seen, actually, I don't remember which team it was last year in March Madness. Struggled at the free throw line, but they hit them the last 2 minutes and they won the game. So they're vital.
Misses the second one, 1 for 2 at the line. DA to Holmes. Holmes going to set up the offense. There from the Christ Above All logo, gives it to Morrow. Hands it off to Mulaski. Mulaski looking for space. Out wide to DA. DA to Holmes. Gets the screen from DA. Holmes driving to the right. Flicks it up. Kisses it off the glass for 2. Good. They break the 70 barrier. 71-65, 138 on the clock. Jackson driving middle, kicks out to Clifton. Clifton middle, the Euro step, the basket, and 1.
Called a blocking foul on DA right there.
I'd venture to say Clear DA is probably in some foul trouble at this point in the game.
Let me look real quick. Clear has 3 fouls now.
Okay. His third foul, still has 2 more before he's fouled out.
Gene Holmes has 4. Noah Mulaski has 3. Dalen Gales has 3. Trey Morrow has 3.
It shared the wealth a little bit there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Not too many guys in foul trouble.
Not as bad as it seems. A lot of them have been in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Both teams in double bonus. 1:22 on the clock. 3-point game. Lions leading.
The Lions drain the shot clock right here. They could take it down to 1 minute.
Morrow thinks about it. There's Mulaski. Mulaski, Hahn all over him. Playing great defense. Tries to draw the foul. Can't get it. Rebound Jackson up to Clifton. And it gets away from Clifton. Bryan basketball.
Wow. Excellent hustle play right there by Gene Holmes.
And poking the ball away there might have been the difference. Might be the difference in this ball game. Gets it into Grimes. Grimes, 1 minute on the clock. 3-point game. Here comes Grimes. Splits the defenders, gets it to DA. DA calls the timeout.
Good timeout there by the Lions. I'm sure Clear didn't just think of that by himself. I'm sure he was being influenced a little bit. Gives coach a little bit of time just to set up. Say, hey, we got 50 seconds. Here's our plan. Stick to the plan. Don't foul. He's setting up a good plan right now. I like that timeout call right there. Well, both teams have 2 timeouts left. So.
Here's the thing, Daniel. You call a timeout there. You have 2 remaining with only 51 seconds left. And you get to set up your offense. You get to say, if you're Coach Rakoski, hey, it's a 3-point game. We score, it's more than likely over. They're going to have to start fouling us.
Yeah, absolutely.
For Brandon Perry and the Royals, they're saying, hey, it's a 3-point game. One stop here or right there in it.
I think Coach Rakowski probably set up his defense, too, saying, hey, if we do score, here's what we're doing. Yeah. If we don't score, we're doing the same thing probably.
Here's Caleb Grimes. Grimes. Jackson all over him. The crossover from Grimes. He's going to step back out, try to drain the shot clock a little bit. He's running everywhere. Gene Holmes driving and it gets away from him. Jackson has it. The 2-on-1.
Good
Great defense from Caleb Grimes prevents the alley-oop to Clifton. Once again, 2 defensive plays back-to-back from Holmes the first time. Grimes that time could potentially save the game for the Bryan Lions. So another timeout taken on the floor, this time by Johnson. Still a 3-point game, 34 ticks left on the clock, Daniel. Coming down to the wire, what do you see happening here?
I have no clue. I think right here, okay, do you know whose basketball it is?
It's Johnson basketball.
Johnson basketball. I think they're going to set up a play to shoot a 3. They're going to say, hey, crash the boards hard. We want the ball back if we miss the shot. If we make the shot, absolutely lock down. Don't foul, but also don't let up a 3-ball easily. Kind of almost motivating your team a little bit, saying, hey, look, we got 34 more seconds, and we're 3 points away from getting our first win in the season.
Yeah.
Right before we go take a short break through the season. So let's finish this right now.
I think for the Lions, or for Johnson, Daniel, you know, they've had 13 second chance points tonight. So for the Lions, if a shot goes up, they have to get the rebound.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, then you have the shot clock's gone. The Royals get the ball back, and then they're having another chance to tie it up.
Absolutely. I think it's gonna be impressive how this game is.
Jackson into Clifton.
Wow.
Clifton scores just like that.
Big
1-point game. 31.8 seconds on the clock. Just a 1.8 difference in the shot clock and game clock. Picked off by Hahn. Hahn to Miles, and Miles walks.
He got very, very, very excited right there.
Miles Long with a traveling violation.
Timeout, Bryan.
And a timeout from the Lions. A little bit of chess match here. We're going to move the pawn here. Going to move the rook there. 1-point game. Bryan leading.
1 timeout apiece left.
Bryan basketball. Shot clock's gone here. So now, Daniel, here's the scenario. You have just under 23 seconds left. No shot clock. Do you foul?
I say, judging by that defense right there, they're trapping. If they can get a trap or an 8-second violation or a turnover like they've had twice now, then there's no need to foul, and you get an easy bucket and you win the basketball game.
Yeah.
But I think the plan is trap, try to get the 8-second. Is it 8-second or 10-second?
On this on the back court,
yeah, on the back
10 seconds.
10-second violation. Try to get that. But if not, as soon as they cross the half-court line, you foul. And you don't foul, you try to foul somebody who can't shoot, which is kind of hard depending on well, really, I haven't seen a guy on the Bryan floor tonight who can't shoot. No,
there's pretty good free throw shooters over there for the Lions, and it looks to be that way for the Royals as well. It's a 1-point game, 22.5 seconds remaining in this contest, which means in college basketball we'll be here another 35 minutes.
Absolutely.
Caleb Grimes going to inbound it. The Lions still have a timeout if they want to take it to see what they can get if they're struggling to inbound. If they get it in there, and Gene Holmes is going to be fouled by Jackson. So a quick foul there. So their mantra there was, we're not going to try to trap. We're going to get the quick foul, put it in their hands, and we'll have it with a 1-possession game.
Yeah,
whether it be 2 or 3, we'll see here in just a second.
They were okay with that.
And not much clock came, or not much time came from the clock there. So
no, just about a second and a half.
Caleb Grimes, the first one up and good. So it extends the lead to 2.
Again, a minute ago we were talking about free throws. Vital. Right? If he hits this, it takes a lot of pressure off the defense because you just say, hey, guard the perimeter and don't foul.
The second one up.
And he does.
Second one good. Clutch.
Attaboy. Timeout here.
Timeout taken from Coach Brandon Perry.
That was his last one.
Yep.
So this is going to be the last shot of the game, more than likely.
Well,
I say that.
I hate to say that. I mean, it's like I said, 20.6 seconds means we still have 30 more minutes here in Summers Gymnasium before this ball game is over. But of course, not having the TV timeouts, not having media timeouts, or and only 1 timeout left for the Lions. Hopefully, this moves along fairly quickly. But
so. This should be the last stoppage of the game, unless there's a foul, unless there's an injury.
Or a line timeout.
I'm excited to. I don't want to say I'm excited to get to the end of this, but I really want to see if we pull this out.
It's kind of like watching a good movie. You know, you're so invested. You're an hour and a half in. You know, in this case, we still have 10 minutes left in the movie. We're right there next to the climax, and it's like, what's happening?
We want to see how it ends, but we don't want it to end.
Yeah, no, that's kind of how this one's going here. Just a 3-point game, 73-70. Lions leading. And Daniel, I talked earlier, much earlier, about that no goaltending call there.
Yes. You're bringing that up again, absolutely.
Hey, it's a 4-point game if that gets called.
That is true. "15 seconds left on the clock.
Here we have it, Miles Long bringing it up. Mashburn finds Long. Long, the step back three, the shot.
No good.
Tipped in. 6 seconds remaining.
For 2, though, so they're going to have to foul really quick.
Trey Morrow has it, wide open space, and he's going to get fouled with 4.2 seconds on the clock. Let me tell you, what a tip in there from Clifton. Makes it a 1-point game. They get the foul on Morrow, and there's still 4.2 seconds on the clock. That's a lot of time.
Absolutely. I said a minute ago, that'll be the last shot of the game. Well, we're at least going to have 2 more, so I was wrong. But 4.2 seconds left. Big free throws here.
Morrow, the first one, good.
It's right here and make it a 3-point game. They'll have to shoot from beyond the arc.
Can he extend it to 3? The freshman.
He does.
Ice in the veins. Long pass up court to Jackson. Jackson, the 3 ball, no good. Ball game, O-V-E-R, over. Final score, Lions 75, Royals 72. The Lions improved to 5-1 in conference, and the Royals fall to 0-6 in conference, but they did not roll over in this one, Daniel.
I'll tell you what, Grayson. This Johnson team is actually one to watch. If they can, again, great teams can push through adversity. If they can push through this adversity, they're going to be a dangerous group. They're going to be a dangerous group to watch.
Yeah, they truly are. And Daniel, just here before the prayer, let's highlight Johnson's key scorers.
Yes. So again, we've talked about him all night. Daniel Jackson, number 21, had 20 points. Again, he slowed down a little bit before half.
Pause real quickly for the prayer. As the prayer concludes, Daniel, continue on your analysis of Johnson key players.
Yes, Daniel Jackson had 20 points, 3 for 6 from three-point land. Nick Clifton, 6 of 7 from the field tonight with 16 points. Number 2, Miles Long, had 11 points, 4 rebounds. Orion Mashburn had 7 points, 5 rebounds. Trey Johnson had 5 points. Parker Hahn had 4 points. And that's pretty much all the scoring for Johnson. Had a couple guys with 3. But for Bryan, leading the way, Gene Holmes, listen to this, 9 for 11 from the field for 24 points. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, but he was 6 for 6 from the free throw line. 2 of them were clutch, big free throws there at the end of the game. Noah Mulaski, number 22, had 16 points also, 10 rebounds, so he had a double-double tonight, 3 assists. 3 for 4 from three-point land, so he shot 75% from the night. Trey Morrow had 10 points, played really, really well. Hit those 2 big free throws at the end to push it to a 3-point game. Dalen Gales, physical all night long, along with Caleb Grimes. Those 2 guys are so much fun to watch. They're always in the middle of it. Dalen had 9 points. Caleb Grimes had 7. Nick Roberts with 4. Drew Rogers with 3. Khalil D.A. with 2. And Logan Allen got some minutes too, but no stats for him. Overall, again, I just want to highlight Gene Holmes again. He played a lot of his the good that he did tonight. Didn't even show up on the scoreboard, and he still had 24 points. A lot of hustle plays, a lot of second chance points that he got. Really, really impressed with how he played.
Yeah, I am too, and I just Daniel, I have to give, we're out here giving credit to everybody, but we got to give credit to us a little bit too. We nailed it on the key players for Bryan. We highlighted Gene Holmes, Noah Molaski, and Trey Morrow in that order, and look at the leading scorers. In that order, Gene Holmes, Noah Molaski, and Trey Morrow. They make it easy because they play a good brand of basketball.
Absolutely,
and
consistency.
They are very consistent. And this scrappy nature of this team proved to hold true once again tonight here in Dayton, Tennessee in Summers Gymnasium. They come out of this one victorious. It was a lot of fun being up here just a couple days before Thanksgiving. Daniel, you got big plans?
Eat a lot of food, watch a lot of football.
Amen, brother. For Daniel Cox, I'm Grayson Whaley here in Dayton, Tennessee. Thank you for tuning in for Bryan basketball. Final score, Lions on top, 75-72. God bless and good night. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Go Lions.